Today I'm in Alma, Arkansas, and we're going to take a look at a guy's grave that dealt with Bonnie and Clyde 2 days in a row. Didn't turn out too good for him. Let's take a look. This is the grave of Town Marshal Henry Humphreys. Now, Marshal Humphrey was working the night shift in the early morning hours of June 22nd, 1933, when two men captured him as he was making his rounds outside the commercial bank building in downtown Alma, Arkansas. They bound him up with baling wire. They stole his flashlight and pistol, and then they broke into the bank, and then they went to work stealing the safe from the bank. Law enforcement didn't realize until later that it was the work of the Bonnie and Clyde gang. The next day, on June 23rd, 1933, Marshal Humphrey got a call from his office alerting him that there had been an accident on the old highway going through Alma. He was given the license number and was notified of another robbery in Fort Smith at Brown's grocery store, and there was also a car theft. Crawford County Deputy Sheriff Ansel Salyers, a friend of Marshal Humphreys, offered to go with him. Due to the urgency, they took Deputy Salyers' car. As the marshal and the deputy drove north on Highway 71, they passed a slower-moving Chevy truck driving south. Seconds later, a Ford sedan sped by them, also going south. The sedan disappeared over the hill, and the officer heard a loud crash as the sedan rammed into the back of the Chevy truck. Marshal Humphrey quickly turned around and rushed to the accident. He then realized that the sedan was the car that they were looking for. It was owned by Buck Barrow and J.D. Jones from the Bonnie and Clyde gang. And they were the ones that had robbed the store and stole the sedan. The gang quickly recovered from that crash and grabbed their guns as the deputy approached the car and blocked the road. Marshal Humphrey drew the Smith & Wesson .38 revolver he had borrowed from his brother-in-law, as his weapon had been stolen the day before. As he appeared out from behind the door of the vehicle, Buck shot him in the chest with buckshot, and he fell into the ditch. 2 or 3 minutes of gunfire erupted between the deputy and the suspects before Buck's shotgun jammed or was empty. Deputy Salyers took this opportunity to find cover, and he ran toward a house that was nearby, about 100 yards to the west of the scene. The second suspect fired at him but missed, although the bullets passed through the house and the barn and nearly hit a man that was working in a strawberry field. As Deputy Salyers reloaded, Buck and W.D. ran to the deputy's car where the marshal was laying. They grabbed the wounded marshal's gun and they drove away. The marshal was taken to the hospital, and on June 26, 1933, he died after having only been with the agency for 2 months. Now, the Bonnie and Clyde spree finally came to an end shortly after this, after they were ambushed in Louisiana, and their gang of outlaws was disbanded then. Marshal Humphrey had only been with the agency, like I said, for 2 months. And he was survived by his wife and 3 children. This is his wife, Alice. She died in 1972. And that's his daughter, over there, she died in 1999. But there's probably nobody else that ran into Bonnie and Clyde twice over a 2-day period. And sad thing about it is he didn't make it through the second one. And shortly after this, Bonnie and Clyde were killed in that ambush in Louisiana. So I thought you might get a kick out of seeing where Henry Humphrey was buried and laid to rest. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks again for watching.